My name is Dion Von Moltke, and I'm the driver of the number 77 PR Newswire South African Airways McDonald's for Dallara and the Grand-Am Rolex Daytona Prototype Series. I'm going to start something new here that's not really been done in Grand-Am, and we really want to start interacting with the fans more and giving you guys a little bit more insight into what it's like to be a race car driver. So this is my new once-a-week video blog. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. You guys will get to hear me talk about, what it's like to be a race car driver, what we do in between races, and what's upcoming, how the last race was, and we're going to open up to you guys and ask you questions on what you want to hear, what you want me to talk about, and I'll be able to answer them for you. So we're going to start off the first week ever on the video blog talking about my history in racing and little stuff I like to do off the track, and hopefully it'll be fun. So I've been racing now for 6 years, professionally in the last 3 years. I started off in go-karts, and I did 2 world championships in Italy, and moved up to Skip Barber Racing School. I know some of the racing fanatics out there have all been to that racing school. It's a great place to go, and went to the Coney Challenge, which is now the Continental Challenge for APR Motorsports. And last year was a pretty incredible year, being the pro driver in the car, driving against people like Randy Popst and some big names in the series, some great talents, and driving with a fantastic teammate, Mike Sweeney. He's a really good talent, and we were pushing each other pretty hard. And we won 3 races last year. I helped in the top 10 of the championship. It was a pretty cool experience for me to have. And this year, I've been driving in the Daytona Prototype Series, which, saying that now, over halfway through the season, I still can barely believe. It's, I remember growing up, looking at the drivers, watching them on TV, dreaming to drive against the drivers I'm driving against today, and Scott Pruitt and Sebastian Bourdais and Max Papis and all these people, and being teammates with Memo Gidley for first half of the season for me when he was doing Indy cars when I was barely 9 years old, and it was pretty special experience for me. I'll never forget that. And now driving for Kevin Doran, who's had top talents from around the world drive for him, and luckily I can say I'm one of the guys that's driven for him, and it's been a fun year. It's been a fantastic year. Last week at New Jersey, I had a new teammate in Matt Bell, and it was really cool working with him. Someone a little bit closer to my age, still quite a bit older, but it was a new talent up and coming through the Grand-Am, and it was a fun experience. Working with Kevin Doran. We finished 6th there, which was a really good result. It was my first time being the second driver in the car. So you drive with some different drivers. I remember, battling with Oswaldo Negri, who was, someone I looked up to while I was karting. And I remember, driving against him in a karting race once. And now in a Daytona Prototype, it's a completely different feeling. And, watching it on TV and hearing my name it's a pretty special feeling. It's definitely like a pinch me moment. And, I'll never forget these days. And I can't say I'm having so much fun here. And one thing I'm definitely working extremely hard outside the track. I know many of you guys know how hard it is to drive a race car and the fitness that's involved. We're training anywhere from 1 to 4 hours a day sometimes. I've just signed up for an ultra marathon. Thought it'd be kind of a fun thing to do after the season. It's 60 miles over 3 days, so pretty much 3 marathons back to back to back. So kind of gives you an example of how hard some of us we have to work. At the end of the races, we're all most of the time completely dead and tired from the battles and the intense heats, and so it's a great thing for me. It's a fun sport. I'm big into sports, any type of sports, especially the adventure sports. I love mountain biking. I'd love to be a professional base jumper when I'm older. Skydiving, anything like that is a great sport. Cycling, the Tour de France was just on. I love watching that. For us, we're all big sports. We're all big into sports. We're all athletic. We're all big into adrenaline junkies, I'm sure, as many of you know. So it's been a fun thing, and it's an incredible experience for me, for sure. And going into the next 2 races, I'm lucky enough to say we're going to have an all-South African car. It's really something I'm really excited about. Being a South African myself, they all joke that we all stick together, and it's kind of true. We all get along very well here in America. And we're going to have a special driver in Mark Patterson coming to do the next 2 races for me. I'm sure most of you have heard of him from the last seasons and kind of missed him a little bit this season. So he's back and ready to fight with me. We're really excited. The car is going to look beautiful. I don't want to give too much away, but we're dubbing it the Vuvuzela car. I'm sure most of you guys have seen the Vuvuzelas from the World Cup. You guys have all heard them. And they're coming to Grand-Am in the car, and it should be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are really excited for that. I know I am. I can't wait to get on track in Watkins Glen and go to battle and do some work with other drivers and work with Mark Patterson. It's going to be a fun time, and really looking forward to it. I'm also a full-time student at Florida International University. You know, there actually are quite a few of us that are full-time students, with Ricky Taylor and Jordan Taylor. They're good mates of mine, and they go to University of Central Florida. So our schools are kind of rivals. So our rivalry kind of goes off the track and into our universities too. It's kind of a fun thing for sure. And you know, I've been trying to get my university big time into racing, but you know what? They've actually told me that racing's not a sport to them. The writers there don't believe it is. So I'm actually putting up a challenge to them, my first video blog, that they should come and look at my workouts, look at what we have to do, and I'll put it out there that we as race car drivers work harder than any other FIU athlete out there. So that's just a challenge out them. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll let you know how they respond, and hopefully with the fans involved in this, and it could be a fun little challenge that we can make out of it. Now for the next week, I'd love to hear what questions you guys want me to answer. You know, I'll open it to the floor to you guys. I'll be here to answer questions and let you know how the preparation for Watkins Glen is going, and hopefully talk you after that with a nice podium after that race. So thank you guys for listening. We love working with you guys. We love having you guys at the track, and hopefully keep going, and we'll talk to you guys there. Come please say hi to me at Watkins Glen, and I'd love to talk with you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you next week.